Hello everyone, a new week of Ender's Echo means a new boss, and this time we're going up against the Leviathan. This looks to be a snow crab with either some sort of fancy turret hat or a battleship strapped on their back. But I'm already seeing people make a big mistake, and I gotta be honest with you, I've done it a couple of times myself. So we're gonna go through everything today so you could really try to score those extra points and hopefully rank at the top of your Enders group. In case anybody new is watching, we just gotta go over a couple of basics. You wanna slap on the kunai with this one. You wanna throw on an eternal suit, and any other S-grade equipment is going to do very well. But if you do have the Voidwaker gloves to get the additional damage to bosses, or even have a set of army gloves if you don't have the eternal gloves, those are good options to go for too. This boss is going to require some extra movement speed, so if you don't have the eternal boots or the Voidwaker treads, definitely try to grab some of the tennis shoes in there just to make sure you're moving around quick enough. This boss does have some pretty standard attacks, but the main one being this very long dash where it's going to run across the screen, smash into a wall, and launch out a whole bunch of projectiles. At times you will also see it drop some poison sweat as it's making the run, and then of course the reason why I'm calling it a snow crab is the snowballs that are going to launch down from the sky. The newest one and most surprising for me to see is the circle of barbed wire that's going to launch up underneath you. I'm not really too scared of this. I run right through it every time and it doesn't seem to be doing too much damage to me, but I am sitting at a lot of health. And while this is all happening, it will spawn mobs too, which is okay because we're going to be using those for the biofuel. Obviously the weapon is always going to be our main focus to trying to get this thing evoed up quickly, but if you are going drones, which I typically like to do, we want to make sure we're at least grabbing some HE fuel to extend the range. This thing's gonna be moving around quick, and if you can't stay close enough to it, you're just gonna be wasting those shots from your drones. If you're not getting good RNG from the abilities and you do happen to see them, like I said, the tennis shoes are a great way to go, but the magnet is also a good one too because there is a lot of biofuel out there and you don't really have a lot of time to run around and grab it all. I personally have been picking up a lot of drills going through this. They seem to help out with the bouncing around, killing the mobs, and still making some hits on the bosses too. So what's this big mistake that everybody's doing? Well, it's you chasing after the boss instead of the boss chasing after you. You may find yourself hanging out in the middle a lot and constantly going for those long dashes. When you see this boss sitting idle, now is your chance to either move above him or below him. This is probably the best situation, so he will dash up top or dash below. That's the shortest part of the map, and this is going to really keep you in range of it. If you can too, make sure that you're in between the boss and the wall that's closest to you. That way it's going to be a short run. He stays right there. Really, the big thing is sticking close to this boss. But if you do find yourself chasing him a little bit, don't go running right behind him. Try to run up towards the top or the bottom of an angle so when the next dash comes back, he's not going to be going right past you again, and you can at least get it where he's a little bit more closer. But I promise you, if you give this a shot, you'll notice you're going to be getting a lot less dead space. You're going to be focusing more damage on the boss instead of the mobs, and it's going to end up giving you some higher numbers. But really curious to know what you guys think of this new boss in Ender's Echo. If you haven't seen that Habby put 2 7-day events in their new game, check out this video right up over here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.